You're watching Good Boys. You're watching Good Boys. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everybody.
Back.
So I started watching season 35, 36 of Survivor. Which one is the one where they introduced Ghost Island?
The one before the last one that happened. So I don't remember. I don't know what number they're on. I think 35, but I don't know. But it's not the latest one. I don't believe.
It's not the last one. I think there's one more.
Ghost Island's the one that has a lot of the rewards from previous.
Yes.
Or not rewards, but something from previous seasons.
Right.
Or whatever. How far into it are you?
Not far. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes. Like the part where I'm at, like they do the merge on day 3 or some shit. Like not merge, but the swap.
It's
yeah.
Very that was a very weird season, and I will tell you as you're coming up to it, it becomes way too much with the bringing back things.
Well, it felt like that already.
Seasons.
Like everyone in the goddamn game's got an immunity idol at this point. It feels like if there's just immunity idols everywhere. People are finding them in the middle of the night.
That carries on throughout the entire season, and like some idols will come back as this one was the most powerful immunity idol, but it has lost some of its power, so now it's only a normal idol. Like that's the essence of it. And then at one point, if I recall, just all of a sudden nobody goes to Ghost Island anymore for like 3 or 4 episodes, and then all of a sudden they're back on Ghost Island again.
So there's that guy from Kentucky. You know what I'm talking about? The guy from Kentucky.
Yeah, I think I do know the guy you're talking. He looks. I'm trying to think how to describe him, but you tell me, and I'll think. Well,
would you ever watch Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
So the woman that plays like Nancy Pelosi, she plays a lot of people in the cold opening. She plays what's the little elf on the shelf man that Trump just got rid of? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know. Oh fuck, what is his name?
Kate McMinnon is apparently her actual name. I never would have known that. I don't know anyone's name, but
the guy from very early in the Trump presidency that got his old press secretary.
No, not him. The guy that Jeff Sessions, the guy that recused himself and then he just recently got fired. Yeah, she plays him. She plays a lot of people. Anyways, the guy from I'm not convinced that that's not her. Like playing the guy from Kentucky, like he looks so much like her, or she looks. I don't know. Anyways, that's my whole takeaway regarding him. He's probably, I don't think he's gonna last for long. They want to get rid of him like day one, and I don't know. He seems like just the sweetest little boy that's never left Kentucky.
So, I mean, I'll be excited when you're through that and through the next season. I guess since I'm not watching it anymore, I can't really talk about it too much. So, I think the next season just started or is about to start.
Yeah, apparently they're in Antarctica.
What? I'm gonna have to watch this. I did not know that was the case.
Maybe it's the next season then. There's some season coming up where they're in Antarctica and like they've been doing like Super Bowl. I was probably gonna see it during the Super Bowl, like Super Bowl ads about the craziest thing Survivor's ever done.
I didn't see a single Survivor episode or ad during the Super Bowl.
Did you see that our good friend OMG Chat's gonna be on Survivor?
No. Are you lying to me again?
Well, kinda. He auditioned though. He went to a live audition recently.
Yeah. Okay.
And he can't talk about it. I tried to get him to talk to me about it.
So it's possible.
It's possible.
So you never know. Like, that'd be cool.
Would it? How would you feel?
I would feel like I want to be in his place, but him being there didn't stop me from going.
Right.
Like,
I would
I
wouldn't be mad, but I would be probably for the first time in my life extremely jealous of one of my friends. Like for the first time I would feel jealousy that would encroach on like how I felt about my friend in a bad way. I would be just green with envy.
I will also be very jealous, but I would never like he's the type of person that they are going to try to cast over somebody like me anyway. He's got a personality, he's got a look, he's got a thing that I don't have.
Right.
So and I in no way think that like if he gets on, it didn't change my chances of getting on.
Right. Yeah.
So
I just will have
so
a
I
hard
wouldn't
time
be
being
mad.
friends with him still without being so damn jealous. I don't know how I'll go on.
I would also be extremely jealous. There's no question about that. But I don't know. I'll be jealous. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, do you ever look for the live auditions?
I didn't know they actually did them until Chad went to the live audition, and I looked it up online, and the only one...
They've done it for years.
I'd never knew that. I'd only done the damn tapes. Stupid VHS tapes. But apparently you ain't got to do that anymore, at least. At least now you can just send them
I think they
digital
pretty
tape.
much live auditions are the main way you're like getting on the show.
Really?
If you're getting on the show from anything anymore. So I always look for the live. Granted, I haven't looked in a long time. I used to look every couple of weeks to see if there's any in the DC area because I figured DC area is pretty big. Never seen one in the DC area, but I would definitely try to go to a live audition if I got the.
Well, I feel like I want to like start like keeping track of it and just flying around the damn nation wherever they're at.
And you go to all of them.
Yeah, just
that
keep
can be
going.
our job for the next year.
Yeah, just keep fucking going until I get in the show. What I got to do?
I guess it's possible that you could do that. I mean, if you look,
people did that for. Well, the only one that was on their page was the one that Chad went to. There was no more listed.
Where was it in like?
It was in Texas.
Okay, it was nowhere near us.
No,
I've seen it before. Like when I used to look, when I used to like religiously like try to. I just dropped off all my food.
I'm going to sleep. By the way,
I used to try to make videos every year and get like excited about making videos, and I only ended up submitting videos like twice, and they were always very so subpar quality of what I submit for how much footage I would start gathering throughout the year to make my audition tape.
Right.
I could never put together a good video.
Well, they got to be so short. That's the part.
And
1 minute,
they have
right?
to be so short and. It's 3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes.
So it's long enough to make a good video, but it can only be like 30 megs.
Yeah, that too. You got to compress the shit out of it.
So I have a feeling that none of them even got looked at, even if I thought they were good, because they were not. Like,
right.
You open the thing up and it's like shitty ass quality or whatever. No, you're not gonna watch it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, get food.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, the only time I did not do what you did. I mailed in VHS tapes, and once they stopped doing it that way, I have not applied since it was a VHS tape.
We should somehow find a way to apply as a quote unquote couple, like not like there's gotta be the friends versions versus couple versions, right?
That would be a good one.
I don't think they've done anything like that.
No, I don't think so either.
Yet, but they should just do like because they've done the family ones, the friends ones, the couples ones.
I don't remember the last time they did a group one. Period. How long ago was that?
It's been a while. It's been since some of I think that's when the survivors brought their families.
Right.
Like previous survivors brought families on, which has been quite a while.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time something like that was done. Speaking of these type of shows, have you finished Alone? Did you watch all of that?
No, so I haven't gotten a chance to start watching Alone. Or to start watching the next season. I saw the first season. So yes, I saw that one.
First season. I will tell you that you were going to like the last season. That's all.
How many seasons?
There are 5 total, and I just finished the 5th season. And
it's good.
It's real good. And I think the reason why it's so good is it's an all-star season. So it's a bring people back season, and they're alone again too. I was going to be so disappointed if season 5 came out and they were in pairs again. Season 5 is alone once again by the title of the damn show.
How about Travelers?
Yeah, I saw it got canceled. I still haven't watched because I started watching Survivor, and I haven't watched season 3. Did you think that it was going to be carried on after watching season 3?
I did not know. I will tell you this without spoiling things because I know you haven't seen it yet. If it had to end, they ended it in a very good way.
That's good.
So it ends with kind of like you could make it a finality. You could have also made it like not, but you ended it with a finality that you can kind of go, okay, understand. end of season. I just wish they had done exactly what Travelers ended with in like if season 3 was season 5 and they made it like a 5-season run type of deal. Like add more filler in the middle and then like end it with how they ended it at the end of like a later season. And that would have been like, okay, fulfilling series, great, like runtime.
Gotcha.
I think it was a fulfilling series with way too short of a runtime is what it is turning out to be since it got canceled.
That's too bad.
I saw that it got a lot of backlash on like not social media per se, but a lot of news articles about it was on the list of the Netflix series that got canceled like prematurely or before their time or whatever. Apparently there's a shit ton of them that people are, upset about it being canceled.
Huh.
So needless to say, you will enjoy it, but
that's good. Yeah, I'm still gonna get around to. I was thinking about that whenever I watched like the main actor, put out a video on Twitter talking about, if it got the news today that it's canceled or whatever, and thanks everyone that watched, and he said something like, and always it'll continue to be available for you on Netflix. And I started thinking about that. Those Netflix originals, like, what's their shelf life? Because Netflix does drop shows. But normally, if they drop The Office, it's it's available. You can get The Office at Best Buy. But what about these Netflix originals? What happens? Do those just go away eventually?
Or do they sell the rights to it to somebody else to put up?
Yeah.
Or will they ever take these shows and put them on like network TV? Will they sell them to a network TV syndicate? That wouldn't even make sense, but maybe. God, can you imagine if the model came out like inverse model of what Netflix started as? Netflix started making shows and selling them to run as reruns on like TBS.
That would be pretty wild, wouldn't it?
That would be insane. That would be the whole opposite model of what it was for.
I know they don't currently drop their shows C4, but they might at some point.
Yeah, I guess that's because if you're not going to run them anymore, if you started seeing a loss of, if you only started seeing like let's say 1,000 people viewed this a month. Is it worth your bandwidth as a Netflix, as a corporation trying to get new videos and stuff out there to keep that on your servers? Or is it try to sell it for profit to somebody else?
Do they sell like, can you go into the store and buy Orange is the New Black?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never actually looked into that.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. That is interesting to think about. I will tell you, when we were just in the hospital, did you know? So you've been to a bunch of hotels and stuff. You ever had hotels that lock out their HDMI ports?
Yeah, that's bullshit, isn't it?
So it's bullshit, and you can usually get around it. There's a lot of forums and stuff out there on different like codes to change the hotel mode option of a TV. Don't understand why the hotels do that. Well, I guess I do because they have their pay-per-view boxes. They'd rather you not bring like a stick or whatever. So same problem at my hospital. We couldn't use the HDMI port because we were gonna like stream some Netflix.
Right.
So I looked up the TV. Turns out, I didn't know anything about this before. The TVs that we have are specific commercial grade TVs with a hospital mode.
What?
Not a hotel mode, but a hospital mode that's even more secure and hard to break through than the hotel mode.
Why the fuck is that a thing?
I don't know. But they involve, like, most of the ones that I saw that had hotel mode, you could, like, get the remote and dial a certain code on it and do a certain key combination to get into the menus. The hospital mode ones are all based on creating a slaved USB stick off of the master TV that does all the configuration. And then you plug it into the USB diagnostic port and it programs it, and there's no way to change it unless you have a hold of the master TV or the master controller remote that will let you program a new USB stick to program the TV.
Holy shit. So there was no way around that then?
Nope. Could not get around it. And we just gave up and threw they were small. Like, I was kind of sad at my own hospital for having such small TVs in the patient rooms. We just threw a laptop up anyway.
Yeah, that's when you bring out the laptop. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching on the laptop is what what we did. But I had never realized that there was a hospital specific TVs.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And
TVs are more secure than your damn medical records.
Yeah, what's the hospital gaining from that?
Yeah, that's so weird.
The hospital's not selling me DVDs.
Right.
The hospital's not selling me movies. Like, let me watch whatever fuck I want to watch at the hospital. Like, I don't understand. Hotels, I get, they're trying to make a profit of their, DVDs or excuse me, their pay-per-views. They want me to watch like the Debbie Does Dallas again. I've already seen it. I already know what she does. But
I mean, maybe there's so many joint rooms, they're worried about like people being subjected to things that they don't want to, and it's just easier to lock it all down.
I mean, I guess that's possible. That could be a rationale for it, but I have no idea. Now I'm going to try to get like friendly with some people in our like facilities department, try to find out how it all works. And now I'm just curious, like, how does it work? Like, as an average consumer, there's got to be a way that I can actually hack this thing, and how is that done?
Right. Huh. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I would have assumed, like, because you got these people just stuck in their damn beds, you want them to be able to watch whatever and just...
Yeah, one would think. I learned a lot about hospital. I'm going to be hated when I go back to my job. I wrote a few emails to some higher up people, very high up people at my organization about some of my experience that I had when I was there. And a lot of it not even important things. And I even tried to make that clear. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking, though I kind of sound like I am, but one of the things I could not believe happened is finally when we got food, like my wife got food. I didn't get food because I'm not the patient she is. They put her on, clear liquid diet or whatever. She could eat just fine because they want to advance the diet and all this stuff. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, she labored for 40 hours and then we had to have a C-section.
Jesus Christ. I hadn't heard from you in a while, and I was like, I wonder what's going on. Like, I wonder if things are good. That's why I finally texted you, because I was like, I hope everything's all right.
Yeah, no, we had a pretty rough stay, just because it was 40 hours of labor and then the C-section. Whereas last time we went in with a scheduled C-section because Jack was breech.
Right.
So we went in, and within 2 hours of going in for an appointment, I had a baby in my hands because it was scheduled.
Right.
We went in one night to get induced, and 40 hours later we started the process of a C-section.
That's absurd.
A whole different ballgame.
Was she awake that whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some good, some bad. She ended up getting an epidural like 36 hours into it, or because it was, the induction hormones or the induction medications they give you make you contract like even worse than standard vaginal birth.
Yeah. Because
you're basically forcing your body to do this. And at one point it just got so much and she wasn't dilating enough that she had to take the epidural. Otherwise I can't say she had to. She requested it finally because otherwise she couldn't have handled the contractions that were going on. They would have to lower the induction medication amount, and therefore it would have gone nowhere. So to do it, she took the epidural, and that was the first time. So after like 36 hours, the first time either of us got sleep because she was in so much pain before that.
So how long after the water breaks is it no longer safe to not do a C-section?
They have to do it within 24 hours, or it's unsafe for a C-section. It's for the fetus.
That's what
it's within 24 hours of the water breaking. They have to have the baby out if it's an induced labor, and it was 18 for us. No, they monitor the fetal heart rate and all that stuff the whole time, so there was never a question. But the baby,
I almost said blood alcohol level, but I meant blood oxygen level.
Yes, yep, it was blood alcohol level. It was
drunk as your baby.
No, his the baby was tolerating extremely well the entire time. Like never a question that the baby was in any danger at all, or they probably would have pulled it before. But because of her age, she's 39 years old. She's not your young 20-some-odd-year-old.
I thought she was
she's about to hit 40. Yep. No, she's about to hit 40, and that's the thing is like she's literally there's a lot of random cutoffs at 40 in the medical world, and granted, cutoffs are arbitrary.
We've hit diamonds, Chef.
He's at a low level though.
Yeah.
Cutoffs are like arbitrary. Like once you turn 40, nothing changes immediately because 40 is just around that time frame, and when you're 39, you're around that time frame.
Gotcha.
But God, what the hell? Where the hell was I going with this in the first place? We weren't talking about. We were talking. So finally, after because she had a surgery, they made her originally get a clear liquid diet. Even though we got to our room late, so the only diet she had that night was a clear liquid diet. And they wouldn't advance her diet until she could tolerate a clear liquid diet, despite having drank like 85 juices and all this water and being completely fine. It was like, I have to follow the protocol. So you won't get solid food till the morning. So I went out and got dinner for myself and got her something.
I was about to say, you brought her some food, right?
Yeah. We ate. It was not a problem. Like we ate, but before we were able to eat, they had tried to bring us, like one of the nurses tried to get us something late because it was clear liquid diet, nothing until the morning. So she kind of snuck in like a sandwich that was there. I don't know if she snuck it in. An actual tray did come up. Literally all it had on it was a turkey sandwich. The turkey sandwich was a hamburger bun.
Oh, God.
With some turkey and literally a single small spinach leaf of lettuce sitting on top. And I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. I was like, take a picture of that and send it to me because I need to do something about this because that's not what a patient like. We're trying to get patient satisfaction in our hospital. Like we have low patient satisfaction scores and we're trying to do all these things to increase patient satisfaction. But when you present somebody with that, how do you expect to increase patient satisfaction?
It's like Fire Festival of the Pregnancy.
Ridiculous. Right. So the next day, they come in and they say, okay, now you got the meal. The nutrition people come in and say, this is our menu for like, lunch. What do you want? Like this is to choose from. So Julia chooses all the stuff. They come in with the little thing that's circled of everything that she's chosen. And half the things, I can't say half the things, like two of the things just weren't even there.
That's happened every time my grandma goes last one. I'm in the bed, but I don't know if you came to sleep or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I'll like go with my grandma and order her food for her, and then when it comes, I'm like, this isn't the shit we circled. Why do we even bother circling shit?
Right. So I was like, that's like fucked up. And the very last day we were there, she orders all this stuff, and it was like the last thing was a vanilla ice cream because it was the dessert option that you can get with things. And it shows right on the paper, it's vanilla ice cream is circled. And sitting right on the paper is orange sherbet. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I took a picture of that one too. And I wrote this long email to our person who runs the nutrition services. And I was like, look, we're sitting here trying to, we have a brand new catering company. We're trying to increase our patient satisfaction scores. One of the very few things patients have, like, choices over in their hospital stay is in relation to their food. And then you don't even honor the choices that you give them. Like, how do you think that this is affecting people and the patients? We need to get ahead of this. Why the fuck? Like, if you can't fulfill what the patient said, you need to tell them in some way. Don't just give them whatever the fuck you feel like giving them. Or giving a turkey sandwich with a single, like, spinach, like, leaf piece of lettuce? Doesn't even make sense.
Right.
How do you, like, we need to do something here. People need to take pride in what they do. All this does is make you look at it and think that people here don't care and don't pay attention. And when you're dealing with your health, even though you're talking about the food, it doesn't matter. That concept is going to carry over to, if this is how you deal with my food, how do you really deal with my medical well-being?
Right. Yeah. You don't give a shit about this. What do you give a fuck about?
Right. So
I mean, hopefully they care more about the medical stuff than the food, but
one would hope. And I know, like, the people at my hospital very much care. And I've met some of the nutrition people who are very much are patient safety. So I know this is kind of like a fluke. I can't say it's a fluke, but I know that people care but we just need a better quality assurance process.
right.
Like, maybe people just messed up. Like the one that things were missing, they might have just gotten forgotten. Okay, that's great. The things that got screwed up, maybe somebody we were a random tray that got the wrong ice cream on it because mistakes happen. I get that. But this is the experience that we have. Like, we got to get in front of this if we want to increase patient satisfaction at all. And I feel like an asshole because it's like, I work here, but I wrote emails to very much higher ups, and it was like, look.
You got a response at all?
I didn't even look yet because I haven't checked my email since then. Because that was the very last day we were in the hospital. I wrote that email. Right. I actually wrote I've actually made some significantly good changes. I actually have a new process for one of the fetal heart rate monitors that didn't realize even existed in our hospital. And the nurses, it ran into a problem. The nurses didn't know how to troubleshoot and didn't have a process for troubleshooting because it was a product that not many people knew existed. So I've already got a new process for troubleshooting that thing and where to escalate issues to, because it actually happened to us. We put this wireless fetal heart rate monitor on. It was fantastic. It was great. Julie could get out of bed, because otherwise they try to make you lay in bed and not move, because these things move around you on the straps that they give you. Yeah. And they would rather you just sit there and get a good reading on the monitor than be comfortable. All of a sudden we get this wireless monitor in there because we asked for it. Worked great. The second battery we tried to put in didn't work. The machine stopped connecting and no longer could associate with the module. So what do you guys do? Who do you guys need to call? Don't know. We have problems with these things all the time. Nobody supports them. We don't know who to call when they break, and so we can't use it. Wow. Boom. That's been taken care of because nobody knew that was a problem. I just happened to be there and realized that, experienced the fact that it was a problem. So now there's a whole support system around those fetal heart rate monitors, because I escalated the fact that it's a problem when our people who use these don't know how to escalate an issue with them. Yeah. And it's nobody's fault. There's just no.
But you would think after it came up so many times, people would be like, what the fuck? We need to figure this shit out.
Yeah, one would think, but it just doesn't always work that way.
That's just sad.
It takes you getting to the right person to get things done, and I happen to be the right person for that one because I knew the right people to contact to get a process in place.
Wow. You need to get I guess you need to have some other things go wrong, or well, not wrong, but you need to go to your hospital as a patient more often, Jeff.
And that is why I will say straight up, as an informaticist who deals with trying to be the liaison between the nurses and the IT people for things. A lot of things that we put into place or whatever, if you are somebody who's been out of the field for too long, you don't know the impact you're having on the end user, because things look good on paper. It doesn't translate into reality. Right. And if you don't use it in reality, you don't know. And I'm a firm believer that people need to work the bedside. If you're going to support the bedside, you need to still work the bedside, or at least be in close communication.
It's kind of surprising you guys don't require a certain number of hours a year.
I wish people did require that, and unfortunately they don't. Which means it's hard for me to do it myself, and I know I kind of sound like a hypocrite because I have to work X number of hours and get X number of things, and I don't have time to go work the bedside anymore. I think they should make us do a 12-hour shift a month on the floor, and just be. You are a nurse. Go be a nurse and know what the fuck you're supporting.
People would complain. I did my time.
A lot of people move to places like clinical informatics because they're sick of the bedside. They don't want to deal with patients anymore. That's not the way it should work. Or, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say that we have completed our day.
We have completed our day.
Congrats to you and your new addition.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.